Hey guys, Mr. Film Jack here, and today I thought I'd talk about something a little different. Yes, I'm still gonna be talking about stuff related to movies, otherwise, why would I be Mr. Film Jack, you know? But I thought, why not today talk about the actors and actresses in the films, the people that you see. I'm here to talk about the top 10 breakout actresses or breakthrough actors or actresses. Now, the term I'm using a little liberally. There are some, I mean, a lot of these people are well known. I just think, maybe they've got their, big break this year, or maybe it's been a very fruitful year for them. So I thought, why not talk about them now? Of course, there were more than 10 that I considered for the 10 spots, so a couple of honorable mentions, if you will. The first is Jessica Chastain. She was well known after The Help, and um, this year she was in Lawless. She's gonna get a whole lot of recognition for Zero Dark 30, and she was also in Madagascar 3. I had no idea till now, but 3 films, not bad, not bad. Um, Another actor who's again well known but has really returned, if you will, to making to being a part of quite a few movies is Tommy Lee Jones. He was in Men in Black 3, Hope Springs, and is probably going to get a whole lot of recognition for Lincoln. So it was good to see Tommy Lee back on the big screen. And another veteran of the cinematic world is Liam Neeson, who did 5 films this year, and for him, that's kind of it's the usual. He did 3 in 2011. He did about 5 or 6 in 2010. So this is new. He was in The Grey, which was great. He was in Wrath of the Titans, Battleship. He had a kind of cameo in The Dark Knight Rises, and of course he was in Taken 2, but yeah. So I thought, let's get straight down to the list, and these 10 people, they are heard of, they are known. I just think that this year has really been a boost for them. Coming number 10, Jonah Hill. Now, Jonah Hill was nominated for an Oscar last year, so he doesn't have much to worry about as such, but he was in 21 Jump Street this year, which many people loved. He was in The Watch, which was okay, and he was also in Django Unchained, a Quentin Tarantino movie, which is definitely going to bump him up. Next year, he is going to be starring in This Is the End, The Wolf of Wall Street, and in 2014, he's got a couple of films coming out as well, so you gotta check him out. Coming number 9, now, she's very well known, but she was earlier known for just doing rom-coms, romantic comedies, but this year she's only been in 2 films, but the performances have been so fantastic that she's really getting recognized as a more serious actress, and that is Anne Hathaway, who was in The Dark Knight Rises and Les Miserables, and I think she's done a good job in both, and people are loving her now. She's starting to become a household name, if you will. Coming number 8, Tom Hardy. Now, Tom Hardy, um, he kind of, you could see his acting chops in a film called Bronson that came out in 2008. You got to see him in Inception in 2010. He was in a couple films last year, including Warrior. But I think this year, being a part of 3 films, has really helped his career. He was in This Means War, Lawless, and he was Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. And I think that role is really gonna make people like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about, because he's a great actor, he's accomplished, but you know, at age 35, there's a lot more he can do in the future, and I'm glad to see that he's starting to get recognized by a whole lot of people. Coming at number 7, a lot of people probably won't agree with me, but I think he's really on the rise. Taylor Kitsch. Taylor Kitsch was in John Carter, he was the lead. He was in Battleship, he was kind of the lead, and he was one of the guys in The Savages as well, so he's done quite a bit this year. He didn't do anything last year, and the only other place that he's memorable from is X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was kind of a small role then again, so he's had a pretty good year, and don't be surprised when you see him in the future. Coming in at number 6, again, a very well-known actor, but this year he's done some good work, and that is Chris Hemsworth. He was in Red Dawn, which didn't do that well, but apart from that, he was in Snow White and the Huntsman. He was the Huntsman. He was in The Cabin in the Woods, and you're gonna see him now as he in several films this year. And in the following years, as you did in 2012, the Avengers. He was Thor in the Avengers, and I think that's like the biggest role for him right now. And he's actually a really good actor. A lot of people think of him as an action star. I think personally he's a good actor as well. Now, coming in number 5 is Josh Hutcherson. He's done about 5 films this year. He was in 7 Days in Havana, a movie called The Forger. He was in Journey to Mysterious Island. Again, Red Dawn, but most people are going to remember him for The Hunger Games, and now he's part of the franchise. He plays PETA, and he's a pretty big character in the film, actually a supporting role, so it's really, really gonna help boost him as a celebrity, as an actor, which is, it's good job. I gotta say, good job. Coming in number 4, a lot of people have been talking about him this year, and he could have made number 1, but unfortunately, one of his films was pushed to next year, so that could be released in 3D. I know, it's sad, but I'm talking about Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum was in Haywire, but he was fine there. Then he was in The Vow, which a lot of people actually went and saw. He was in 21 Jump Street. Again, Jonah Hill uh, was recognized for that movie. He's been recognized for that movie. And the main place most people remember him from is Magic Mike. Channing Tatum, he's 32, and you know, I mean, 32 in Hollywood years is actually kind of like 24, 25. He's got a long way to go, and I will not be surprised if one day he ends up holding up a golden statue. That is a metaphor for an Oscar, for those of you that didn't get it. Coming in number 3, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Now, Joseph Gordon-Levitt kind of got his big break in 2009 with 500 Days of Summer. He returned in 2010 with Inception. 2011 he did 50-50, but this year it's been quite the big year for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was the lead in Premium Rush. He was Robert Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln. He was the lead in Looper. But I think, again, most people will remember him as John Blake in The Dark Knight Rises. He's really, really putting himself on top, and he's soon to become an A-lister for sure. Coming in number 2, most of you know him from the television set. Yes, Breaking Bad star Bryan Cranston. He was in 6 Hollywood films this year. Even I had no idea. Honestly, he had a voice role in Madagascar 3, he was in Red Tails, he was in Total Recall, John Carter, Rock of Ages, and he's receiving a lot of buzz for Argo. He's one of the best actors working today. He's 56. He does not look 56 at all. And I'm telling you, man, he's gonna have a future in Hollywood. He's really moved from just doing television to Hollywood. Yeah, he's been doing movies for quite some time, actually since 1987, really. But I mean, he's really started to get serious now, which is a good thing. But coming in at number 1, it was kind of, a lot of people could predict this, and she hasn't done the most number of films this year, but that shouldn't matter because what she's done this year has definitely left an impact, and she's left her mark on cinema, and she's gonna be remembered for sure. She's done Devil You Know, House at the End of the Street, and I don't know which one to say first or last of the remaining 2 because, well, they're pretty big films. The Hunger Games and Silver Linings Playbook. You know, I'm talking about Jennifer Lawrence. She's part of the X-Men franchise that was last year, and she really got recognized in Winter's Bone, and from then on, she's been doing almost everything. And she's in the Hunger Games sequels and the X-Men, the First Class series at least sequels, so, I mean, she's a great actress. She's only 22, and if Channing Tatum is 25 in acting years, she's like 11. Seriously. So she's got a long, long way to go. And these are just some of the actors that I thought have really started to leave their impact on cinema. And I will be putting out a review for my next episode. I'm not going to tell you what it's off. And in some other news, I've got extended to 12 episodes now, so I will be coming back for 12 episodes. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, all my 3 subscribers so far. Make sure to comment, like, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And until next time, guys, this is Mr. Film Jack, and I'm definitely gonna hit you back with a lot more.